Good day, kids! How are you today? I'm Teacher Dan. Can I ask you something? How often do you watch TV? How often do you listen to music? How often do you brush your teeth? Today, we are going to learn about adverbs of frequency. But before that, please watch the next video.
How often do you brush your teeth?
How often do you?
Always, I always brush my teeth. How often do you use chopsticks?
How often do you?
Usually, I usually use chopsticks. How often do you take out the trash?
How often do you?
I often take out the trash. How often do you do the laundry?
How often do you?
Sometimes, I sometimes do the laundry. How often do you make cookies?
How often do you?
Rarely, I rarely make cookies. How often do you drive a car?
How often do you?
Never, I never drive a car.
Did you enjoy the video? We use adverbs of frequency to help us know how often something happens. Adverbs of frequency are very useful when talking about your daily, weekly, or monthly routine. How often do you do these things? Here are the examples. For the things we do or happen all the time, 100%, we use the adverb of frequency, always. Say it again. Always. For example, I always brush my hair in the morning. What about for the things that we do 50% of the time? For example, in a week, you might do something 3 or 4 times. The word we use, the adverb of frequency, is sometimes. Say it again. Sometimes. I sometimes use the computer at the weekend. Now, what about something that I don't do? 0%. The word we use, the adverb of frequency, is never. Say it again. Never. I never draw pictures at the weekend. How about something that you do more than sometimes, but not always? Maybe 80% of the time. Something that you do a lot. You can use the word usually. Say it again. Usually. Very good. For example, I usually wake up at 5:30 in the morning. Now, what about something that you don't do a lot, but you can't say I never do it, because maybe you do it once or twice? The adverb of frequency is hardly ever. Say it again. Hardly ever. Good job. So this would be about 10 to 15% of the time. Example, I hardly ever wash my school uniform. So now, here are some sentences for you to practice. Are you ready?
Do you listen to music at the weekend?
Yes, I usually listen to music at the weekend.
No, I never listen to music at the weekend.
Do you wash your school uniform at the weekend?
Yes, I sometimes wash my school uniform at the weekend.
No, I never wash my school uniform at the weekend. My mom does.
Do you go shopping at the weekend?
Yes, I always go shopping at the weekend with my sister.
That's over now, kids. See you on my next video.